Hello. Welcome to Storytime with Captain Party. This episode is chapter 25. So here we go. It was malicious endangerment this time, or reckless abandonment, or criminal neglect. There were so many laws, the little boy could just not keep them straight. There was third-degree harassment, or second-degree disregard, first-degree disdain, or second-degree nuisance. And it got so the stupid kid was terrified to do anything except what everybody else did. Anything new or different or original was probably against the law. Anything risky or exciting would probably just land you in jail. That's why everybody was so eager to talk with the mommy. She'd been out of jail for only a couple of weeks this time, and already stuff had started to happen. There were so many laws, and for sure, about countless ways that you could screw them up. First, the police asked about the coupons. Somebody had gone to a downtown coffee shop and used a computer to design and print hundreds of coupons that promised a free meal for two, a $75 value with no expiration date. Each coupon was folded inside a cover letter that thanked you for being such a valued customer and said the enclosed coupon was a special promotion. All you had to do was eat at the Clover Inn restaurant, and when the server presented the bill, you could just pay with a coupon, tip included. Somebody did all that, and they mailed out hundreds of these coupons. It had all the earmarks of an Ida Mancini stunt, and the mommy had been a server at the Clover Inn for her first week out of the halfway house. But she got fired for telling people stuff that they didn't want to know about their food. And then she just disappeared. A few days later, an unidentified woman had run screaming down the center aisle of a theater during the quiet, boring part of some big fancy ballet dance. This is why the police got the stupid little boy out of school one day, and then they brought him downtown to see if maybe he'd heard from her, from the mommy, if maybe he knew where she was hiding. And it was about this same time several hundred very angry customers flooded into a fur salon with 50% discount coupons that they got in the mail. And it was about this time that 1,000 very scared people arrived at the county sexually transmitted disease clinic demanding to be tested after they received letters in the county letterhead warning them that some former sex partner had been diagnosed with an infectious disease. The police detectives took the little stooge downtown in a plain car and then upstairs in a plain building and sat with him and his foster mother, asking, "Has Ida Mancini attempted to contact you? Have you any idea from where she's receiving funds? Why do you think she's doing these awful things?" And the little boy just waited. Help would come soon enough. The mommy, she used to tell him, she was sorry. People had been working for so many years to make the world a safe, organized place. Nobody realized how boring it would become. With the whole world properly lined and speed limited and zoned and taxed and regulated, with everyone tested and registered and addressed and recorded, nobody had left much room for adventure, except maybe the kind that you could buy on a roller coaster or at a movie. Still, it would always be the kind of faux excitement. You know the dinosaurs aren't really going to eat the kids. The test audiences have outvoted any chance of even a major faux disaster. And because there's no possibility of real disaster, real risk, we're left with no chance for real salvation, real elation, real excitement, joy, discovery, invention. The laws that keep us safe, these same laws condemn us to boredom. And without access to true chaos, we'll never have true peace. Unless everything can get worse, it can't ever get any better. This is all stuff the mommy used to tell him. She used to say, the only frontier you have left is the world of intangibles. Everything else is sewn up, too tight, caged inside too many laws. By intangibles, she meant the internet, movies, music, stories, art, rumors, computer programs, anything that isn't real, virtual realities, make-believe stuff, culture. The unreal is more powerful than the real, because nothing is as perfect as you can imagine it, because it's only intangible ideas, concepts, beliefs, fantasies, these that last. Stone crumbles, wood rots. People, well, they die. But things as fragile as thought, a dream, a legend, they can go on and on. If you can change the way people think, she said, the way they see themselves, the way they see the world, if you do that, then you can change the way people live their lives. And that's the only lasting thing that you can ever create. And besides, at some point, the mommy used to say, your memories, your stories and adventures, they'll be the only things you have left. And at her last trial, before this last time she went to jail, the mommy had sat up next to the judge and said, my goal is to be an engine of excitement in people's lives. And she'd stared straight into the stupid little boy's eyes and said, my purpose is to give people glorious stories to tell. And before the guards took her into the back wearing handcuffs, she'd shouted, convicting me would be redundant. Our bureaucracy and our laws have turned the world into a clean, safe work camp. And she shouted, we are raising a generation of slaves. And then it was back to prison for Ida Mancini. Incorrigible isn't the right word, but it's the first word that comes to mind. The unidentified woman, the one who ran down the aisle during the ballet, she was screaming, we are teaching our children to be helpless. Running down the aisle and out the fire exit, she'd yelled, we are so structured and micromanaged that this isn't a world anymore, it's just a goddamn cruise ship. Sitting and waiting with the police detectives, the stupid little shit-faced troublemaker asked if maybe the defense lawyer, Fred Hastings, could be there too. And one detective said a filthy word under his breath, and right then the fire alarm went off. And even with the bell ringing, the detective still asked, do you have any idea how to get in touch with your mother? And screaming against the bell, they asked me, can you at least tell us who she might target next? And shouting against the alarm, the foster mother asked, don't you want us to help her? And the alarm stopped. A lady stuck her head in the door and said, don't panic, guys. It's just another false alarm. A fire alarm is never about a fire. Not anymore. And this dumb fuck little boy says, may I please use your bathroom? Well, that's our chapter for this afternoon, day, evening time. And we'll read the next chapter next time. And I hope that you guys all have wonderful times